Hello, and welcome everyone. Today's video features the currently work in progress Tier 10 light Dutch cruiser Utrecht. Now, Utrecht is based on a variant of the further development of the Zeven Provinciën-class of cruisers, with dual-purpose main battery guns, and the ship's primary armament consists of 128mm guns developed in Germany in the early 1940s. So this is the Utrecht. Now this is a work in progress and subject to balancing changes throughout the testing process, and we'll go through the ship's complete stats momentarily. This is the current state of play with the Utrecht. Now this is going to be the Tier 10 Tech Tree light cruiser joining the Dutch Navy. So Utrecht is primarily armed with 6 twin-mounted 128mm and also gets formidable airstrike capabilities. Now, we'll go through the exact specifics momentarily, but this is a very dangerous mix. So let's start this preview proper by having a look at the armor layout. Now, we can see very lightly armored 16mm fore end, upper and lower. The auxiliary room armor plating is 16. The deck is 16. The superstructure plating is 13mm. Here, casemate 16. Deck 16. Here, all 16mm. The casemate armor itself, here, this section is 50mm. 90mm a thin strip. And this whole section is 90mm. This is 50, all 50, and here 90mm, and a tiny section of 60mm under the rear turret. The gun turrets, 20mm, all round protection, 20mm of plating on these gun turrets, including the rear plate, also 20mm. The citadel armor itself is visible here, running from the front turret to the rear turret, 30mm. The deck armor on the citadel is 40mm, but it is mostly submerged. But that's not going to stop getting citadeled should you show a broadside, because the protection is minimal. Yeah, Warship 16mm, and here on the bow is 50mm. So very lightly armored and quite a large submerged citadel. A very lightly armored cruiser. This ties in directly to the survivability. You get 37,700 hit points with a torpedo protection damage reduction of 19%. Now this, however, is reinforced by having access to the repair party, 4 charges, and you also get engine boost, which provides an 8% speed boost. Now I am currently experimenting with a airstrike build. I'm using the module Airstrike Mod 1 here in slot 4, and I'm using the Klaus Janssen bonus captain that has some very nice buffs to your airstrike reload time and other bonuses, and demolition expert, very nice captain, very nice bonuses, made in heaven for Utrecht. So let's take a look at the main battery guns. Very nice guns on the Utrecht. 6 twin-mounted 128s. So 12 of these guns in total, mounted in dual gun turrets. 3 on the bow and 3 here on the stern. They have a very nice reload time of 4.6 seconds. Very fast turret traverse, 180 degrees in 10.6 seconds. They have a max dispersion of 140 meters with a max firing range of 17 kilometers, which is very good for considering the gun caliber. 17 kilometers in range. You fire both high explosive and armor piercing shells. The high explosive has a max damage of 1350 with a 7.5% fire chance. Now, very good penetration. These are the German guns, 32 millimeters of penetration, and outstanding shell ballistics, shell speed of 960 meters per second. The armor piercing has the same shell speed with a max damage of 3100. So very good fire chance, penetration, reload, and range. Now this is further augmented by having access to the HE bomb airstrike. Now you get 2 available flights. Now the reload is outstanding using this build and this captain. You can currently get the reload time down to 30.6 seconds. You get 2 available flights. There are 7 aircraft per attacking flight. You have an outstanding operational range of 14 kilometers. 5 bombs in payload with a max damage of 5800. These bombs can penetrate 34 millimeters of armor and have a very strong fire chance of 35%. Very, very scary HE bomb airstrikes. Incredibly good reload, very good range, high fire chance, good pen and good damage. Utrecht also gets access to depth charges to fight submarines. Now these are, however, ship-based depth charges. You get 2 charges, 6 bombs per charge, a reload time of 40 seconds, depth charge damage of 5750. Moving to the AA defense, quite significant. Utrecht gets a rating of 96, becomes armed with 10 of these single mounted 40 millimeters, 8 twin mounted 57 millimeter guns here, and the main battery, these 6 twin mounted 128 millimeters, are all dual purpose, so pumping out significant amounts of AA damage. The continuous AA damage is 554, primarily medium range out to 4 kilometers. See the values here on screen. She can fire 6 shell explosions per flak salvo with a max damage of 1691, priority sector reinforcement of 85%, and a max firing range of 6 kilometers. In terms of maneuverability, Utrecht gets a max speed of 35 knots, or base speed I should say. This is further enhanced by the Sierra Mike signal flag to 36.8. You also get access to an engine boost that provides an additional 8%, bringing your speed over 40 knots. I believe it's 40.6 knots max speed in a straight line. Turning circle radius is 700 meters, and you get a rudder shift time of 9.5 seconds. So finally, stats wise, concealment rating of 71 on the Utrecht. This equates to a surface detection range by enemy ships at 9.8 kilometers. You will be surface detected by enemy submarines and aircraft, both at 6 kilometers. So this is the Utrecht. This is going to be the brand new Tier 10 light Dutch cruiser added to the tech tree. Very nice fast firing 128mm guns, augmented by very powerful airstrike capability. Very nice looking ship, based around the Zeven Provinciën-class. Very nice looking Dutch cruisers. So I must again remind you, this is a work in progress. It is and will be subject to balancing changes throughout the testing process, but this is the current state of play with the Utrecht. So I hope you enjoyed this early look or preview guide of the Utrecht. If you'd like to see some live gameplay, feel free to come over and visit me on Twitch. You can see the link here on screen. Make sure to check out my short video section. I'm updating it daily about famous naval military events in the past, and my community post section. So until the next time, stay safe out there and keep sailing it like you stole it, guys.